Hey everybody, this is John Zakari, and today I'm coming at you with a look into the past. In my last video, which was a review for Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, I left off by asking if any of you had suggestions for future video content, and after looking through the comments, the first, and I believe only suggestion I noticed came from a user named Victor, who said, "Do virtual console game reviews." This actually wasn't something I'd considered before I read this comment, but I figured the Wii U's Virtual Console did just launch, so I assume many of you are probably revisiting or perhaps even playing some of these games for the first time, which would make them interesting to talk about. And plus, with E3 coming up, everyone is focused on the games of tomorrow, so I felt it would be fun to look at the ones that help bring gaming to where it is today. Now, this isn't going to be a review video, as I feel the quality of these games has already been noted and spoken about at length. Rather, this is more of a trip down memory lane as I reflect on my past experiences with the game, as well as discuss how it feels to play it today. When it came to picking one of the Virtual Console games to examine, I wish I could be cliché and say the choice was difficult, but Super Mario World has a special place in my heart that will never be matched. When I was 4 years old, my grandma got me my first video game console. A Super Nintendo that came bundled with Super Mario World, making Super Mario World the first game I ever owned. One of the things I'll never forget about that day was my dad's reaction to the gift. Rather than be excited or happy to see the joy on my face, he was saying things like, "The kid'll never figure that thing out, it'll never get used." Boy, was he wrong, but we'll get to more about him and the SNES later. After a half hour or so of figuring out how to plug the thing in, I was off to explore the ever so strange world of Dinosaur Land. With its bright and upbeat atmosphere, I was instantly what the? Oh my god. I have to pet him! That's right, within the first minute of Super Mario World, you were introduced to perhaps the most memorable companion in gaming history, Yoshi. He could eat enemies, spit them out, and even give you a boost to reach some of those higher spots. And perhaps the best thing about him is he comes in different colors. I remember always trying to get the red Yoshi and hold on to him as long as possible. But as all Yoshi fans know, the ride can't last forever. Yoshi and I began blazing through Dino Land. Sure, we had some problems along the way, but things remained bright and happy, until we reached that ominous castle that stood at the top of the map. I knew this level was obviously important, but I had no idea how much the mood of the game was about to change. Oh, I guess you'll wait out here then? When you walk into the first castle of Super Mario World, it's almost like you're in a different game, as the sunny, cheery atmosphere is replaced with a steel structure filled with lava and numerous booby traps. While all of the castles in the game use mostly the same textures, they are designed very differently and all work to test the player's skills at different aspects of the game. And if the unforgiving atmosphere of the castles isn't enough to tense you up, then the addition of their infamous theme will. I feel that the bosses can be a bit hit or miss, as some offer up challenging and memorable fights, yet some are complete pushovers. And the reward for beating these bosses wasn't just about game progression. After completing a castle, you're treated to a little cutscene that shows Mario taking down the castle in some crazy manner. My favorite is when Mario actually launches the whole castle into the air and it crashes into a mountain in the distance, and then a band-aid appears on the spot where the castle struck. Now, while the castle sequences were intense, there is one other series of levels that I find more memorable because of the mystery and mind games found within them. The concepts behind the ghost houses were so out there for me as a child, as things are just never as they seem in these levels. Whether you are suddenly walking on top of the level itself or having doors just loop you through the same areas over and over until you find the true door that was always hidden. It all just blew me away. Now this is where my dad comes back into the picture. As I had mentioned, he thought the SNES was never going to get any playtime. Well, the only person I knew who may have played more Super Mario World than I did during this time was in fact my dad. I can even recall one instance where he stumbled out of the basement one morning while I was getting ready for school to inform my mom and I that he had been up all night playing Super Mario World, and as a result would be skipping work that day. Now that's what I call dedication. So one day he comes rushing home after work and tells me to hurry downstairs and boot up Mario. He soon follows and tells me his friends at work had told him there's a hidden level where you can get unlimited lives and power-ups, but you had to find a secret passageway that was hidden high up at the beginning of one of the ghost houses. This is how I discovered the top secret area. I wish I could say I felt guilty as I farmed those 1-ups, but honestly every one I got felt better than the last, and little did I know I would need every last one of them as I approached the final castle of the game. Even today, I get a sense of foreboding as I look down on Bowser's castle. This mostly stems from the fact that you can catch glimpses of him flying in the background as the lightning strikes, almost like he's daring you to come inside. Now, once you're inside Bowser's castle, there are a total of 8 doors that lead to different sections inside the castle. Of the 8 sections, the player must go through 2, one from sections 1 through 4, and one from sections 5 through 8. Your choice of door definitely matters as each one offers a completely different challenge, and you don't want to proceed through one where you're going to find yourself overwhelmed. I've always found the strategy of going through doors 2 and 5 to be the easiest, as in door 2 your main obstacle is just fireballs, and section 5 is just a straight sprint. Keep in mind though that a well-timed run through section 5 will still cut it close. Once that's all out of the way, you finally get your one-on-one time with Bowser. I remember the first time fighting him, I cleared the first section pretty easy and was feeling pretty confident, but the animation of his carrier rushing towards the screen made me jump, which resulted in me running right into a fireball. There is some important timing in this battle, but once you understand his 3 different stages, Bowser is very manageable, and after all these years, still incredibly satisfying to defeat. So, in the end, I just love this game. There isn't many negative things I can say about it, and it really stands the test of time. I did want to say that while playing it through again, I got to thinking about a lot of the criticism that Nintendo has been getting about the lack of innovation in the Mario franchise. In my opinion, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. While the Mario games of today look extremely similar to those from the past, I think that's just a testament of how fun this style of gameplay is. And it gives future generations the opportunity to have just as fond memories of Mario as I do. Well, that just about does it for this video. Again, thanks to Victor for giving me the idea to revisit a classic Nintendo title, and please let me know if any of you have other suggestions for future videos, including if there's any other virtual console games you'd like to have featured. Finally, there were many parts of this game I didn't touch on in this video, so please share your favorite Super Mario World memories in the comments. As always, I'm John Zakari, and thanks for watching. Dude, I just couldn't handle that flying V.